We go through lonely stages in our spiritual and healing journey because we are realizing and yearning that there is something greater than just what we've been told. Our soul is longing for something. The universe is pulling us and opening us up more to the divine consciousness. And we have this inner knowing that knows that we're really not alone, but it can feel incredibly lonely. Hi, I'm Sarah Evangeline. Welcome back to my channel. On this channel, I talk all about spiritual awakening, inner child work, self-development, and today I'm shedding a light on how the spiritual awakening journey can be incredibly lonely at times, how you can navigate through this, what this really means. You're really never alone. And there's a difference between feeling lonely and being alone. And so I hope that this video can help you today. I'm in my car and for me in my awakening and my, letting my inner child be free, there are so many times in my past, a few years ago, my inner wounds would have been screaming, "You can't do it in your car. That's unprofessional. That's not going to be a good background." But so much when I'm driving, inspiration comes to me, like deep content for you guys comes to me while I am driving, and the universe was like, you need to pull over. This needs to be talked about. I feel like collectively so many people are going through a lonely stage right now. I've gone through many periods in this journey that have felt incredibly lonely. It can last days, it can last weeks, months, and I'm sure some people it feels like years. I remember my dark night of the soul, it was 4 months, but it felt like a year, because time is kind of an illusion, and especially when you're opening yourself up to this kind of lifestyle, this awakening, uncovering yourself, time just seems irrelevant sometimes. Time seems different, and we shift time while we go on this journey. Maybe it's felt like no one understood that you're questioning what the point of life is. Right? You're detaching from the material, you're detaching from the need to have expensive things as your main goal, or staying in a relationship just so that you can say you're in a relationship. Maybe it's toxic, maybe it's not serving you, maybe you're not really yourself at work or in this relationship where you're detaching yourself from things, and you go through this transition of for me, it was people pleasing and only doing what other people were told me what to do. And I was opening myself up to discovering who I actually was. And, this definition of success of you need to be this, you need to have this by this timeline. And realizing that that was a version of success and a lifestyle that was told to me. And when I opened myself up to this, I realized, oh my goodness, this isn't my definition of success. I can have a different definition than what I've been told. And, it can be really easy to get in your head. And this can also feed the loneliness of when we feed into the belief systems that are not actually true to ourselves. And there's some times where it's like, I'm turning 30 in a couple months, and there's things that I don't have yet that have been told to me, well, you should have it checked off the list by the time you're 30. And I'm literally reminding myself of, well, I've been on this consciousness awakening journey that has brought me further than I ever thought, with developing my inner wisdom, developing things that I never thought I was capable of, taking risks. Just a few months ago, I went down to South America on my own and just developed this huge inner strength in me, where the consciousness awakening journey is very different than the physical. Now, we need the physical, we need the humanness aspect 100%, and there's nothing wrong with wanting expensive things or wanting the house, wanting to get married and have that relationship. All those are good things. It's just things shift, and whatever is shifting for you, you're in this transition period where it's like you're closing this one door and opening this other door, but you're in this in-between stage where it's like, oh my goodness, what am I doing? And the thing is, you are purging, you are shedding, you are letting this version go of yourself that might have been what someone else told you had to be, and you're instead uncovering who you truly are, who you truly want to be. And in this in-between stage can be extremely lonely. The best way I can describe it is like you're at a party and you feel like you're the only one sober, and you're lonely in a crowd. And so I actually wrote something a couple days ago when I was in my creativity, and I want to share it with you guys in this video. Accepting ourselves. The deep, sacred, radical self-acceptance is also about mourning and grieving. All the times we allowed others to take from us, all the times we allowed family to walk all over us, all the times we put ourselves down for the sake of fitting in. Oh, dear ones, when you're finally willing to accept yourself, you will shed layers of protection around your heart. You won't ever be the same. The veil lifts and you start to see all the beauty that you weren't willing to see beforehand. You didn't know how. You didn't know you were allowed to. Yet you are here. It's about uncovering, not finding, not chasing. We're no longer chasing something that's outside of us. It's within us, and it's uncovering what's truly been there all along within you. Your soul, your life. Every time you breathe, it's simply nature's way of reminding you that you belong here, right here in the center of it all. And as you mourn and uncover, you also rise. This loneliness, you're rebirthing yourself. It has purpose. It has a mission. Don't lose sight of that mission while you're feeling lonely. And as you rise from the masks and cages, do not settle for someone else's version of you, ever. It is this deep. You are this important. You are here. And when we learn we don't have to fit in, that we simply belong, you're going to go through this transition where it feels like you're losing people. You have to walk away from things that you thought that you really, really wanted, maybe for the rest of your life. And now it's like, this isn't serving me anymore. I can't allow this in my life, whether it's behavior from someone, or shifting jobs, or maybe moving to a different city, or maybe some people that you thought would have your back don't. And you have to allow yourself to go through this period. It needs to be shed, it needs to be purged, so that you can uncover more truly who you truly are. And another metaphor is, it's like you're a caterpillar and you're going through this cocoon stage, but that cocoon stage, you are morphing into a butterfly. It doesn't end there. It doesn't end at this loneliness part. And if you've had this loneliness period over and over and over again, because like me, it's been several times. It's not just been one time and then woof, I've made it through. I'm good. It's all bliss. There's more soul evolution. There's more growth to happen. And usually for me, when I'm growing, I'm also going through a loneliness stage, because it has to happen, because it's like I'm going through the cocoon stage again, where my body is getting ready for this amazing transformation. And I have to get to know that part of myself. And getting to know that part of myself doesn't come through numbing or hiding anymore. Have that support system, but also don't bypass what this loneliness is teaching you and showing you. It can feel like a battle of, well, I have put myself last for so long, to putting yourself first. It can feel like having a closed heart to now finally opening yourself to authenticity, love. It can be about you've hidden yourself and now you're fully seeing who you are. It can be about not being afraid to be quiet anymore, to learning how to listen to your inner voice. See, just those examples alone, which are major aspects of this awakening and tapping into your inner child, where you're transitioning from an old pattern to a new, where it can feel like, oh my goodness, what am I doing? What am I getting myself into? This feels scary. It's unknown. But let me tell you, your soul is connected to the unknown. No matter how many times your mind tries to tell you, be terrified, the unknown is scary, stay here where it's comfortable, don't transition, you are connected to the unknown. Your soul is craving for you to step off the edge, because your soul knows that you're fully capable of whatever lies there for you. What I don't want you to do is stay stuck there, to stay feeling miserable, can't get out of bed, don't know how to reach out for help. I want you to move past this, because there's a beginning and a middle and an end, and you have to journey through this, and I want the emphasis on through, okay? So number one, the really simple thing is, if you're taking notes, write down the word observe. Observe, don't absorb. When you're out at work, when you're with people, and all this chaos is happening within you and you're feeling lonely, remind yourself, just observe. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to intake other people's energy. Just observe, introspect, reflect on what it's showing you. That will really, really help you. And the second thing is, I really want to encourage you to have a morning and night ritual. If that's too much, pick one or the other, and have a ritual and a routine that opens your heart up to the opportunities the universe has for you that day. Because I promise you that even though this phase in your journey can be really hard, there is a purpose behind it. And so there are signs and wonders, there are synchronicities, there are things aligning for you even through this hard period. So having something to open yourself up is really, really important, so you don't get stuck focusing on, oh, I'm so lonely, and I don't want you to stay in the victim mentality. So if this is new for you, if you've never had a routine, or if you're looking for something new, I have an amazing meditation that I guide you through that would be great for you to just, do for the week. I'm going to link it below in the description. I encourage you to take a look at that, let yourself get into your body, just be, and open your heart up. Another thing that you can do is spend time with animals. They're so therapeutic. And just having a cat sit on your lap. For me, when I was a child, I used to be really closed off to cats. But recently, I've just opened myself up, and a couple times there's been cats that just sit on my lap. And what cats do is they will help you regulate your emotions and help your nervous system, So get in touch with animals, go barefoot in nature. You can't do that enough. Take off your shoes, go for a walk, ground yourself in nature. And then try something new. It can be something like dance, art, working a new side job that gives you pure joy and passion. Give energy to something that is creativity in expression. And then connect to your inner child. This is so crucial, where your inner child is such a big part of your spiritual awakening, connecting and freeing your inner child, where I'm always inviting and having the invitation for you to join the Soul Talk method, where I give you the blueprint to awaken this part of you, heal from your past, heal from childhood trauma, so many other things. If you're ever interested in the Soul Talk method, let me know. We can get on a free call, and I would love to learn about your journey. Take yourself on a date. Have fun. I did that this past weekend, where I was feeling really low for like half a day, and the thing that helped me shift it, where I was just like, you know what? I'm taking myself out. And this is what I mean about synchronicities, is when I went out, when I chose to give my body what it was yearning and followed my intuition, I had amazing food, where in the time frame of that dinner, I had so many synchronicities show up. My bill was my angel number. Even with the tip, it was again my angel number. And then my mom called me, and we had this beautiful discussion of something that I've been wanting to talk to her about. And she received it with love, grace, and acceptance. And so I was just so grateful. So take yourself on a date. Something good is gonna come from it, I promise you. And move your body. That's the last tip. The last thing that you want to do during this loneliness phase is get really stuck by only staying in bed, or just not moving your body. It's crucial for you to move your body. In this morning or night ritual, like I'm talking about, you could add a dance expression in that, where you're literally just moving your body. You do not have to be a good dancer to do this. This can be a way you also connect to your inner child, where you're just like letting loose, dancing in your underwear, just letting that playful, imaginative part of you come out. It will help you so, so much. And of course, before we close this video training session for this week, I did want to just mention that the emotion of loneliness is attached to shame. Shame is the voice and narrative in our head that says, I'm alone, I'm bad, I don't belong. And so when you're saying, I'm alone, that's attached to a story that was given to you or you took in, usually as a child, right? It's rooted in that thing. And we've been carrying maybe a shameful secret, carrying it, and it doesn't belong to us anymore. And maybe we haven't even been aware of it. And now through this period, it's opening yourself up to see that you've been carrying a shameful secret. Maybe it's an addiction that's been masking a part of yourself that's really, really hard for you to accept. Something that happened to you and you're allowing it to be your identity. I want you to write out your shame story. Tell me what your shame story is if you feel like it will help you get it out of your body. A great way to move energy is also writing it out, speaking it out loud, putting a name to this shameful story that you've been carrying that maybe doesn't belong to you. And maybe you've been focusing on it for a very long time, focusing on it where you're just having all these bad days. And I want to tell you that you have the power to shift the story. You have the power to not carry this story anymore. So after you're done writing out your shame story, I want you to shift the focus. I want you to rewrite your story. You know, if this shame was not your identity, who are you? Write that out. Who are you without this shameful secret attached? Because we need to accept the shame, because there's nothing wrong with us, even with our shame, even with the worst, deepest secret or addiction. It is not of all of who we are. You are so much more than that. So then I want you to shift the focus and I want you to write out who you are. And there's always more to discover, right? We are on this journey and we are ever evolving. But right here, right now, who are you without that secret attached to it? And so I want you to go today with a new storyline. You are not just alone. You are also so much more. I want you to have a new line that you carry over your life today. I am a warrior. I am a queen. I am a king. I am here on a mission and purpose. And I'm going to walk through this journey. And I'm going to be bold. And I'm going to be brave. And I'm going to do the hard thing because I know that I'm worthy of it. I'm truly honored every time I get to do one of these trainings. I love talking about these topics. I would love to know how this resonated with you. I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. It'll really help it grow. And leave a comment below on what came up for you. And again, the Soul Talk method is always an open invitation. I would love to invite you inside of that. Let me know if you're interested. I will talk to you guys all soon.